Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the series, Reclaim Your Field, how to energetically and practically start to pull yourself away from the patriarchal structures that keep us embedded within them. I'm Kristina Meiers. I'm an energetics practitioner and teacher and a mystic translator, and I'm here to help you navigate through these times and from a practical lens and a more simple way of pulling back your energy and your power. Today, I want to talk about the physical body. This is one area where we have a lot of messaging and a lot of advertising and a lot of extraction around. And one of the things that we really are grappling with is trying to understand whose standards we are living by. Especially as women, we are always getting messages every single day around you need to look a certain way, you need to weigh a certain thing, your body needs to be in a certain type of aesthetic, you need this supplement, this skincare routine, this injectable, all the things, right? And a lot of this comes back to what are these standards costing us individually? And how are we getting impacted by trying to keep up with all of the inundation that we get every single day? The beauty and the wellness industry alone is one of the biggest really structures, energetic structures that is built on generating insecurity. And they build this insecurity within ourselves, within each of us, and then they try and sell us the solution. And all of this is built on trying to make us feel insufficient. And they are making so much money off of us feeling very insufficient. And so part of the thing that we really need to look at as we are looking energetically where we're getting extracted is leaning back into yourself. And the more that we are able to shut out the outside noise and tune back into ourselves and tune into our bodies, the more we're going to be able to really trust our own body, and that doubt is going to really start to dissipate. And the one question is really coming from looking at who's trying to sell you the message. Who is this company? What are they trying to do? What do they want from me? And looking at things in a much more objective way as we start to see through the illusions of what a lot of these different organizations are really trying to do. So the beauty and wellness industry is probably one of the biggest culprits in doing this. The second one is around our healthcare systems. Now, it's different depending on where you live in the world. I can tell you in the United States, we have one of the worst healthcare systems, and it's getting more and more difficult to actually access healthcare here. And you certainly not an affordable healthcare at all. We do not have affordable healthcare in the United States at all. But the healthcare industry, the Western healthcare industry, while it's very important because it is designed for more life-saving techniques, it's designed for when you get really, really sick. It's not one of these things that's co-collaborating with you in order to help you stay at your most optimal health and well-being. And the process, the healthcare industry doesn't really want you to be well. They want you to be sick. That's how they make money off of you. So I'm not arguing against medicine, because what that system is doing is to help you not to get super, super sick or to pass over. It is actually, but it's not really working for us as far as keeping us in the optimal state of health. And so for each of us, again, looking at coming back into our own self, listening to our bodies, there's so many different alternatives out there that actually return us back to actually working with our body. Everything proactively that you can do, from moving your body to the types of foods you're putting in your body. There's integrative medicine, there's functional medicine, there's herbalists, there's acupuncturists, there's chiropractors. All of these people are here to help you have a healthy life where you can move your body, you have mobility, you have relationship with your body, and being able to turn inward to be able to understand what your body needs. When we're able to get quiet, we're able to really tune into our body's signals. We know exactly what is going on and when we need extra care and when we just need to maybe adjust something within ourselves. So keep listening to yourself versus outsourcing all of that interpretation to somebody outside of you who may or may not be working in your best interest. Here's a few tips on what we can do practically to be able to implement some of these things. First of all, with the beauty and wellness industry, look at the products that you're purchasing, see what's actually in it, see who's behind the production of these products. It's not to throw everything away, but to start to slowly look at what types of chemicals are actually integrating into your skin, which is your largest organ, into your hair, all of these things. What are you putting on your physical body? There's a great resource, EWG's Skin Deep database will tell you what's actually in these things, what products are in them, and look at what you can slowly start to do to try and bring maybe some local makers, more natural personal care products into your routine versus some of these larger conglomerates who are definitely there to not support you in a healthy way. The second thing is around the food system, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, that food really is medicine, and being able to grow your own food, being able to connect in with your food, being able to connect in with your local farmers, find people that you can get a good, rich, nutrient-dense diet into your system, obviously is going to have greater benefits as well. I always put energy into my food, and I make sure that I thank the food and everybody who's touched the food. I always thank everything before I eat it. It's a blessing when I eat the food to make sure that it is at the highest vibration possible as well. That will also help. And also your water. Water is one of these things that holds the imprint of the energy around it. And so putting a blessing into your water, holding your water, putting blessing into it before you drink it will change actually the structure of the water completely to be a more healing component for you. And just notice, try and notice what standards you're living by. Try and notice the information that is coming at you and what they're saying. I'm getting a lot of information around perimenopause and menopause, and it's an inundation of information that feels overwhelming at times. It's a lot of information around you got to lift weights every day, you got to walk every day, you got to wear a weighted vest, you have to do creatine, you got to do this vitamin stack, you have to eat X, Y, and Z. There's so much restriction actually that's coming around it versus just listening to what your body is needing and how are you personally feeling. Are you having symptoms? Then obviously that's the time to address it. If you're not having symptoms, why are you doing all of these things that you think you need to be doing because the message has been amplified around this? So again, whose standards are you living by? What standard, why was that standard created in the first place? What industry, which cultural, which media outlet is trying to make me feel as though I have to conform to this or I'm insufficient in some way? Just know that you can choose differently, and know that when you start to really come back into yourself and you listen to yourself and you listen to what you need and what your body needs, things can shift in a really big way. And as a reminder, I have the companion guide. It's free on my website at stinameiers.com, called Reclaim Your Field. If you hit the Start Now button on my website, it'll get you right to the guide to be able to have additional information and resources around this topic and all the topics that we're covering in this series. So, the next episode, I'm going to talk about how we go from the individual body to the collective body and how the patriarchy is really showing up in our relationships and our communities, and how we can begin to build something genuinely different for the future.